Hi again, it's Wayne Powell here at One Geezer's Garage. Last time we talked a little bit about the motivations for doing an engine swap project. Why would anybody go to all that trouble? Why would anybody go to the trouble of putting a Chevrolet V8 engine in a BMW, for example? And we talked about there were some logical reasons, some rational reasons, and also some more emotionally based reasons like just the challenge of seeing if we can do it. Well, I thought about that some more. And I think there's even a deeper underlying reason why we do some of these things as gearheads, why we go to the trouble, get our hands dirty and go to all that sweat, toil, and tears. And it comes from our childhood. If you think about when you were a little kid playing in the sandbox and you made some sort of little sandcastle, or maybe you had your crayons and you were drawing something, what was the first thing you wanted to do when you got that sandcastle made or you got that drawing made? You wanted to run and tell somebody. You wanted to show it to mom or dad or to one of your playmates. It was all about, hey, look at me, look what I can do. And I think that's one of the reasons why we do some of the things we do in this car crazy part of the world. It's all about, hey, look at me, look what I can do. Think about it. You get the car finished, you go down to the drive-in for cruise night, and isn't it fun to watch other people watch you and watch your car? Isn't that why we put fancy wheels and tires on there and maybe have a little extra exhaust noise? And don't we get a lot of satisfaction? We raise the hood and everybody comes over and goes ooh and ah and says, hey dude, that's cool. And isn't that the reason why maybe when we leave the drive-in, we apply a little extra pressure to the accelerator and make a little extra noise, maybe even a little smoke from the tires? Yeah, I think so. I think that's all about, hey, look at me, look what I can do. At the same time, I do think most of us who like working with our hands and like getting out in the garage and making stuff are also motivated by other things as well. And it's not all about showing off and getting somebody to look, because there are a lot of things we do that if no one ever saw them, we'd still be happy doing it. Making things, welding up stuff, bolting things together in some way that no one's ever done before. And if no one ever saw it, we'd still be happy. We'd still be pleased with the effort we put into it and the results we got. And I have to confess, there are times when I come to the shop, I do things that are just for me, not for anyone else. For example, this engine sitting on a test stand. Almost every time, almost every day when I come to the shop, for no good reason, I have to walk over here and flip a switch or two and fire this baby up just to listen to it, just to make some noise and just to remember that, yeah, I made this thing run. I don't care if anybody else is around or not. Matter of fact, I'd just as soon they weren't around, so that's my little private guilty pleasure. Well, that private guilty pleasure isn't going to be around much longer because I'm getting ready to take this engine off the test stand, take the wiring harness apart, take the fuel system apart, pull the transmission off of it, hook the engine hoist on, and throw it over into the engine bay and start making motor mounts and hooking up wiring and plumbing and all those things. So for quite some time to come, I'm not going to have that pleasure of walking over here and flipping a switch and making some noise. So it occurred to me that we probably ought to do that one more time. We ought to get that noise on videotape so that you and I both, whenever we want, can hit the button on the computer and hear a little noise and enjoy that big V8 rumble that we all love so dearly. So if you'll pardon me, I'm going to open up this door so we can let some exhaust fumes out, and we'll fire this baby up and make some noise that we can enjoy for some time to come while we're working on the rest of the car. So here we go. I can't help it. It makes me grin. Until next time, this is Wayne Powell here at One Geezer's Garage. We're going to start throwing this baby over into the engine bay soon.